Welcome to The Explainer, where we take complex systems and distill them into clear, actionable insights. Today, we're zeroing in on a highly practical skill that's going to save you time, money, and honestly, a whole lot of frustration. Unlock the secrets of Kaufman County court records with just a few clicks, all for free. Stick with us to become an expert in navigating these online databases effortlessly. Because look, if you've ever tried to run a background check, dig up local legal precedents, or just look up property info, you already know it can feel like hitting a brick wall. But today, we're bypassing the paywalls, cutting through the confusion, and giving you the exact tools to find precisely what you're looking for. So here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with an intro to Kaufman court records, then move into navigating the online portals, walk through a step-by-step searching and troubleshooting guide, discuss privacy and rules, and finally wrap up with the law library and extra resources. Okay, part 1, Intro to Kaufman court records. Kaufman County was established way back in 1848, right next to Dallas County. And right now, it is experiencing an absolute boom. It's literally one of the fastest growing counties in the U.S., with a population easily topping 100,000. Now, with all those new residents and businesses pouring in, the local judicial administration faced a massive hurdle. To avoid the nightmare of just drowning in physical paper backlogs, they had to modernize. They shifted away from those old, dusty filing cabinets to build a really robust, digitized public records infrastructure. But here's the kicker. Before you even think about typing a name into a search bar, you've absolutely got to know which clerk holds the specific type of record you're after. The databases are strictly separated by jurisdiction. So the district clerk handles the 86th, 422nd, and the newer 489th district courts. That's your go-to for felony criminal trials, major civil suits, and family law. Then you have the county clerk. They manage county courts at law numbers 1 and 2. Think Class A and B misdemeanors like DWIs, plus probate and property records. And finally, the justices of the peace in precincts 1 through 4 handle your Class C fine-only tickets. Understanding this hierarchy is literally half the battle. If you don't know who holds the record, you're just searching in the dark. Moving on to part 2, navigating the online portals. The digital landscape in Kaufman is actually pretty fragmented. It's not a one-stop shop. If you're hunting for active litigation, like a criminal case or a recent civil lawsuit, you're going to want the Odyssey Public Access Portal. But if you need vital statistics, foreclosures, business DBAs, or marriage licenses, you need to pivot over to the county clerk's Tyler host system. And for the genealogists or independent researchers out there looking for historical land titles, the CoFile QuickLinks portal is basically your time machine. You really have to pick the right digital door for your specific task. The absolutely fantastic news for all of us is that these portals are designed to be completely free for the public. This massive shift to remote access isn't just some local pet project either. It's heavily driven by state-level policies from groups like the Office of Court Administration to guarantee transparency and accessibility across the entire Texas judicial system. All right, let's get into part 3, our searching and troubleshooting guide. Accessing these records online is a pretty straightforward 3-step process. First, just navigate to the official Tyler Technologies Odyssey portal. You can find that linked right from the Kaufman County website. Second, and pay attention because this is where a lot of folks mess up. You have to select the correct docket category from the dashboard. Criminal case records are kept entirely separate from civil, family, and probate dockets. Third, execute your query. And a quick pro tip for advanced searching. If you run a name search and get way too many results, try refining it by a specific date range, or just use the exact case number if you have it. That hones right in on the precise file. But wait, before you hit search and end up pulling your hair out over a frozen screen, you have to avoid a very specific technical trap. The county officially notes that their online search feature has some quirks. If you're using Apple Safari or Microsoft Edge, you're probably going to hit script failures, weird layout errors, or buttons that just flat out ignore you. To save yourself the headache, stick exclusively to Google Chrome, Firefox, or, believe it or not, Internet Explorer 11. Now, I need to give you a massive, very serious troubleshooting warning here, especially if you're using this system for background checks or personal legal matters. Do not assume that a clean online search means you don't have a warrant. Active warrant entries are not always published on the public case portal. If you even suspect you might have an outstanding warrant, the absolute lowest risk approach is to have a defense layer quietly verify it for you, or you need to contact the issuing court or the Kaufman County Sheriff's Office directly. Let's jump to part 4, privacy, redactions, and rules.
When you're pulling public court records online, you're going to run into some strict legal and privacy rules. Specifically, because of Texas Property Code Section 11.008K, the Tyler host system automatically redacts sensitive personal identifying data from the documents it publishes. That means the digital version you're looking at is strictly an informational tool. It is not the official unredacted repository. And honestly, this makes sense. The county does this to protect people from identity theft and fraud while still keeping things transparent.
On the flip side, though, some of these portals offer incredible, unrestricted windows right into the past. For genealogists or title researchers, the CoFile Quick Links portal gives you 24-hour remote access to digitized index books that go all the way back to 1902 through 1968. It's a brilliant, practical application of digital records, and it completely saves you from having to make a physical trip down to the courthouse just to flip through old land registries. Finally, Part 5. The Law Library and Extra Resources. So, what happens when you need more than just online portals? Let's talk about the Kaufman County Law Library. It's located right inside the Justice Center at 1902 East US Highway 175, and this place is an absolute goldmine for independent researchers and self-represented litigants. You get free access to premium legal print collections and online research databases that would normally cost you hundreds of dollars in personal subscription fees. It's all funded directly by civil court filing fees. But there is a hard rule to remember. While the librarians there are incredibly helpful, they are legally prohibited from giving you individualized legal advice or telling you how to file your pleadings. Also, going back to what we touched on earlier, the online portals only give you informational copies. If your practical application requires a certified copy as proof for an official legal proceeding, a printout from your computer just won't cut it. To get that official stamp, you have to request a certified copy by either mailing your request directly to the specific clerk, like County Clerk Laura Hughes, or by physically visiting their office during regular business hours. One last thing before we wrap up, a quick professional disclaimer. Everything we've discussed today is strictly for educational purposes. Local laws, website interfaces, and even those pesky browser compatibilities change all the time. We highly encourage you to verify all of this information through official Kaufman County channels and use the directories they provide. So, with these digital keys firmly in your hand, how will you use this newfound power to uncover the public records that matter most to you? Thanks for joining us on this explainer, and happy searching.